So I'm driving, but I got my eyes on the road. I'm not even gonna look at the camera, right? There's 5 types of shooters. There's 5 categories of where you fit in as a shooter. Here we go. Coaches, I think you might like this one. The first category is you can't shoot. Flat out. It just doesn't work for you. You just flat out cannot shoot the basketball, right? We're talking anything out of, 7 feet. You cannot shoot the basketball, right? It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. No touch, no rhythm, poor mechanics, all of that, right? The next thing is you can't shoot because you got bad form. You can't shoot because you got bad form. So now you're dealing with a person who maybe they elevate, maybe they're shot ready, but their form is bad. So because they got such bad form, it really impacts their percentages. It really impacts their ability to make shots from somewhere on the floor. We're talking about anything outside of a layup. So the first one is you can't shoot at all, bro. Don't shoot the ball, fam. The next one is you can't shoot because you got bad form. The third phase is, okay, you're a streak shooter. You got good form, but you're a streak shooter. So if you got bad form, right, and you can't shoot, but you do some things well. Somehow you do some things okay. Again, you're shot ready. You always take good shots, but your form is bad. But then there's the guy who's actually got good form, but they're streaky. So if you give them 10 shots, they're liable to fluctuate. They might go 3 shots made out of 10 to 6 shots made out of 10 to 10 for 10. But it's all over the place. It's all over the place. Every time you give them 10 shots, you never know what you might get, right? So they might go off or they might be ice cold, but the form still makes them a threat. Then there's the fourth phase, or the fourth category. You got good form, but you're just a solid shooter. Solid from the free throw line, solid from the mid range, solid off the bounce, solid off the catch and shoot, solid off the move, catching on the go, solid from the 3 ball. You just solid. Numbers aren't off the hook, but you're solid. PJ Tucker, guy in the league, there's a lot of guys in the league that are solid shooters. Not exceptional, solid. So you got somebody like PJ Tucker, exceptional from the corners, about 50% from the corners, but everywhere else, he's solid. You still got to get a hand up. You still got to run at him. You still want to run him off that line, and he's solid. I'd rather have a solid guy than a streaky guy. I'd rather have a guy that I know every night is going to go 5 for 10, 4 for 10, right? Versus a guy who can go anywhere from 110 to 10 for 10. I want to have consistency, especially when you start talking about the playoffs and tight games and just big moments. I want to have somebody who's consistent, right? So now you got good form, but you're just a solid shooter, not exceptional. Then you have the last phase, or the last category, good form, not good form, person just flat out lights out. Lights out. No matter where they at on the floor, get a hand up. Man, don't foul this dude. Don't put him on the line. Don't foul this chick. Don't let her get going. Do not let this person see the light of day. As soon as they get up in the morning, knock on their door, start guarding them. We ain't gonna wait till they come off the bus. We gonna guard these people at the crib. Know what I'm saying? So that's the last phase. We ain't talking about good form, bad form. Reggie Miller's form was not pretty. Elbow stuck out, but he always finished straight. But he shot with his opposite thumb. His left hand would do this when he shot the basketball, right? But then you got somebody like Ray Allen, beautiful form, right? So those like or Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. These people have beautiful form, textbook, picture perfect. Elbow starts above the shoulder. They got a fluid up and out motion, nice release. Picture perfect. But those people, you do not want to let these people get any daylight whatsoever. But those are my 5 categories. Either you can't shoot at all, either you can't shoot because you got bad form, or maybe you have good form but you're a streak shooter, or you got good form and at best you're a solid shooter, or it doesn't matter if you got good form or bad form, it just lights out. Hope that makes sense. Love to hear your rebuttal. Is there another category that I'm missing? You let me know. But I think that's a great way to kind of categorize shooters. And when a kid wants to know where they stand as a shooter, wants to know why they're not in the game in certain situations, or why they don't get a chance to shoot certain shots that other players get a chance to shoot. Those are 5 categories that you can use to help your players identify where they stand as it relates to shooting the basketball. Marv Fife Jr., meticulous basketball, in my town and country, done.